Welcome to the deep dive. We know you're interested in getting knowledge quickly and thoroughly, so today we're focusing on something specific: high quality custom notebooks,
That's right.
and what really goes into making them great. Our source for this is a piece called Heidelberg Press: Excellence in Printing Custom Notebooks.
Yeah, we're not just talking about, any old printing. We're looking at what makes these notebooks truly stand out.
Exactly. So our mission here is to pull out the key insights about why Heidelberg Press is such a big name in this area.
And importantly, what that actually means for you, for the quality and the customization options you get with your notebooks. We want to give you the essentials without burying you in technical jargon.
Okay, perfect. So let's start at the beginning. The article talks about Heidelberg Press itself. For anyone maybe hearing that name for the first time, what's the main takeaway?
Well, think of them as like a cornerstone in the printing world. They actually started way back, early 19th century.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and they've built this global reputation for innovation and just quality in printing solutions.
Hmm.
Their real focus, and what's relevant for us today, is this dedication to incredibly high precision printing. They're not some newcomer. They're very established, known for quality equipment and, the
That
results.
history certainly suggests they know their stuff. So the article mentions some key advantages of using Heidelberg Press. Let's unpack precision and quality first. It talks about a precision rate up to 97%.
Yeah, that 97% figure.
What does that really mean, practically speaking, for someone ordering notebooks?
Well, it's pretty fascinating, right? It's not just a number. It directly affects how clear and vibrant everything looks on the page.
Okay.
Imagine you have a detailed logo, maybe fine lines in a design. That accuracy means every little bit is captured faithfully.
Right, no fuzziness.
Exactly. It's the difference between your design looking exactly how you pictured it versus, losing some detail in the print.
I can see that.
And if you're using notebooks for branding, that precision is critical, isn't it? It ensures your brand looks sharp and consistent.
Absolutely, especially with those detailed logos. Okay, the next advantage listed is efficiency. It says up to 30% faster than traditional methods.
Mm-hmm.
Now, speed is obviously good for deadlines, but does that efficiency impact the actual notebook itself, or just how quickly you get it?
Well, the speed itself might not change the ink, true, but it definitely affects the whole experience for you.
How so?
Like if you've got a really tight timeline for a event maybe, or you
Hmm.
need a quick restock of your branded stuff,
Yeah.
that 30% faster turnaround, that can be a lifesaver. It means you can get these high-quality notebooks without those long, long waits you sometimes get with printing.
Okay, so it's agility.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Really valuable in, fast-moving business settings.
So you get the quality and you get it when you need it. Makes sense. Let's dig into how Heidelberg Press specifically impacts the custom notebooks. First on the list is color accuracy. It mentions objective 4-color printing, CMYK. Why is that a big deal for the end user?
What's really interesting, I think, is the consistency you get with Heidelberg's CMYK process.
Consistency. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, when you're printing a batch of custom notebooks, especially for a business, you need the colors to look exactly the same on every single one.
Oh, absolutely. You can't have variation.
Right, and Heidelberg's tech is really good at that. It ensures those bright, consistent designs. The article even points to a reported 40% jump in client satisfaction with color compared to their previous printers.
40%. That's significant.
It is. Think about it. Your brand colors, they'll be spot on every time. Leads to, well, happier clients and just a stronger brand look.
Yeah, that consistency is definitely non-negotiable for branding. Okay, next up, paper compatibility. Sounds like these presses are pretty versatile with paper.
Exactly right. The machinery, it's designed to handle a really wide range of paper stocks.
Mm-hmm.
From thick, sturdy cardstock for covers,
Mm-hmm.
all the way to lighter weight paper for the inside pages.
And why does that matter for someone choosing a notebook?
Well, the paper choice itself makes a huge difference to the feel, the perceived quality of the notebook, doesn't it?
Definitely.
So Heidelberg's adaptability means you could pick the perfect paper for what you need, maybe something luxurious for a high-end gift or more practical stock for daily use.
Right.
And you could be confident the printing itself will still be excellent.
So it gives you more creative freedom over the final thing.
Precisely.
Then we circle back to production speed and efficiency, but this time with an example. A retailer printing 5,000 notebooks in just 2 weeks. Why is that kind of speed particularly important for those larger orders?
Well, connecting that back to your potential needs as a listener,
Mm-hmm.
That kind of speed makes those really big projects much more feasible.
Okay.
Imagine needing, say, thousands of branded notebooks for a big conference or trade show. Yeah, that's a lot. Heidelberg speed means getting those large orders filled within a reasonable time frame is actually realistic. It's about meeting significant demand without sacrificing the quality we've been talking about.
Right.
So for you, it means even for massive projects, you can expect that high-quality result delivered efficiently.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the how.
Right.
Now let's look at the why. Why specifically choose Heidelberg Press for custom notebooks? The article highlights reliability. It mentions consistent output and a high rate of repeat clients. What does that suggest?
That repeat business stat, over 90% according to the article.
Yeah, that's high.
It really tells you something about the trust companies put in the consistency of their work. Reliability in printing means you can feel confident that every single notebook in your order, no matter how big the order is, will meet the same high standard. For you, that translates into peace of mind, essentially. You know what you're getting, and you can count on that quality for your brand image.
Okay. Another reason given is cost efficiency. Now, this might seem counterintuitive, right? Advanced tech being cost-effective.
Yeah, it can seem that way.
But the article says faster production can lead to lower costs, especially for bulk orders, mentioning savings around 15%. How does that work?
This is where that efficiency we discussed earlier really benefits you, the buyer, particularly if you need a lot of notebooks.
Right, the bulk orders.
Yeah. While the tech itself is sophisticated, the speed they can produce high-quality work and maybe reduce waste in the process, that can bring down the cost per unit overall.
I see.
So that reported 15% saving on bulk orders. It suggests that going with a printer using Heidelberg tech can actually be a smart financial move for bigger projects without cutting corners on quality.
Good point. And the last one under the why choose Heidelberg section is flexibility. It sounds like they can handle some quite specific, unique requests.
Exactly. And in the realm of custom printing, that ability to handle unique design needs is a massive plus for you.
Like what kind of things?
Well, maybe a non-standard size or a specific kind of binding you want, or perhaps working with unusual cover materials.
Okay.
Heidelberg's flexibility means you're not just stuck with the standard options. You can really bring your specific vision to life.
Get exactly what you pictured.
Precisely. Create a notebook that perfectly matches your brand or your personal style.
Now, the article shifts to talk about Heidelberg Press applications and custom notebooks. It gives some real-world examples. Let's look at corporate branding. There's a stat here, a 25% increase in brand recall from a tech company using branded notebooks at an event. That sounds pretty effective.
It really does, doesn't it? It shows just how impactful a high-quality branded item can be if you're aiming to boost brand recognition. When the notebooks themselves feel well-made and look great, which Heidelberg's precision helps with, they just make a stronger, more positive impression.
Yeah, you remember it more.
Right. That 25% increase in recall suggests that, investing in quality printing can directly pay off in your marketing efforts.
Makes sense. The next application mentioned is luxury notebooks. I suppose for high-end gifts or corporate giveaways, this level of quality is almost expected.
Absolutely. Yeah, when you're going for that luxury feel, the perceived value is everything.
True.
And Heidelberg's ability to work well with premium materials, plus their meticulous attention to detail, it really elevates the final product.
So it feels special.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For you, it means these aren't just notebooks. They become these sophisticated items that can really enhance your brand's prestige and leave a lasting good impression.
Okay. And then there's small batch orders. This seems a bit different from the cost efficiency on large runs we talked about. How does Heidelberg help if you only need, say, a few dozen?
That's a good point. What's important here is that while, yes, the cost per notebook might be higher on a small run compared to thousands,
Right.
Heidelberg's technology still delivers that same very high level of quality, even for limited number. So if you need just a small batch, maybe for a special project or a really personalized gift, you don't have to settle for lower print quality.
So you still get the premium result.
Exactly. It gives you access to that professional grade printing even when you don't need huge quantities. Good for bespoke projects.
The article then briefly touches on the Heidelberg Press production process. Generally, things like confirming design details, reviewing samples, anything in that process particularly important for our listeners to focus on.
I'd say the emphasis on clear communication with the supplier and definitely taking the time to review samples. That's absolutely crucial for you.
Why the sample specifically?
Well, it's your chance to catch anything before the full print run starts. It helps minimize errors, ensures the final thing matches what you expect.
Right, avoids disappointment later.
Totally. It saves time, saves resources. That collaboration with a good supplier, checking things up front, is just key to getting it right.
Makes total sense. Measure twice, cut once, sort of thing.
Exactly.
Okay, so when it comes actually choosing the right supplier for Heidelberg press printing, the article lists things like reputation, experience, customer service, flexibility. Are any of these more critical than others?
They're all important,
Hmm.
definitely. But if I had to pick one to really emphasize, it might be experience.
Experience with printing in general, or?
Specifically, experience with Heidelberg technology itself,
Hmm.
a supplier who really gets the nuances of these presses.
Ah, I see.
They'll know how to tweak things, how to optimize the process to get the absolute best results for your specific notebook project.
Right.
They'll understand how different papers react, how to handle tricky designs.
So their expertise makes a difference.
It really can. A noticeable difference in the final quality you receive.
Okay. The article then provides an example supplier, Lion Paper. It mentions they use Heidelberg's precision and efficiency, focus on quality, personalized service, even eco-friendly practices. They list locations, contact info. Sounds like a concrete example of a provider using this tech.
Yes, giving a specific example like lion paper is quite useful, I think, for you as a listener.
How so?
It just makes it more tangible. It shows a real company that leverages this Heidelberg technology and emphasizes the benefits we've been discussing, quality, service, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And mentioning multiple locations suggests they have broad capabilities. Plus, providing contact details makes it easy for you to follow up if you're interested in learning more about their services.
Right, gives people a starting point if they need one. Well, we've certainly covered a lot of ground on Heidelberg Press and its role in custom notebook printing today.
We really have. We've looked at how that commitment to precision and efficiency turns into high-quality, consistent results for you.
And the flexibility for customization.
Exactly. And the potential cost effectiveness, too, especially if you're doing larger runs.
So, wrapping this up, what are the main takeaways for our listeners? If they're thinking about getting custom notebooks printed, what's the elevator pitch for the Heidelberg Press Advantage?
I'd say the key things are: 1, superior precision, that means sharp, vibrant printing. 2, high efficiency, potentially faster turnarounds for you.
Okay.
3, strong reliability, you get consistent quality across the whole order. And 4, excellent flexibility, they can handle your unique design ideas and material choices.
Perfect. Hopefully, this deep dive has given everyone a clearer picture of why Heidelberg Press is considered a leader, and more importantly, how that directly benefits the quality and customization of any notebooks you might be planning.
Yeah, the goal was valuable insights without getting too bogged down.
Absolutely. Understanding these capabilities really empowers you to make a more informed choice when you're picking a printing partner for your projects.
Definitely. Knowing what's possible is half the battle.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. Now that you have a better sense of the precision and the customization possible with tech like Heidelberg Press, what new possibilities does that open up? How might you use custom notebooks differently, maybe for yourself or for your business? Something to think about.
Hmm. Interesting question.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.